Hello and welcome to Dash 28 Live. I'm your host, Mike Atkins, and today we're going to be bringing you a 5th round match from Call to Arms 5. The scenario for this round is going to be Control, and we've got Jay Hopkinson and Mike McCready here as the players. Hey guys, welcome.
Hello.
Also joining us here in the studio to offer up some commentary over the course of the match, we've got Jesse Bilbia. Hey, Jesse. We've got Alex Coos, Leo. And we got Keith Conroy. Welcome, guys. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Yep. As I said, this is going to be an 1,800-point game on a 70-minute clock of Control. And let me bring up our lists. This is going to be a Free Dwarf versus Undead match. So first, we're going to bring up Mike's list. So can you walk us through your list, please?
Yeah, so starts out with 3 hordes of shield breakers, 1 with brutal, 1 with vicious, and 1 with elite. 2 regiments of ironclad, 2 troops of rangers, a massive pack, and 2 lords on large beasts, and a standard bearer with the loot because that's how it comes.
Cool.
Yeah, not a lot of no grand plan with this list. Just seems like fun units to use.
All right, cool. That's 11 drops at 23 unit strength. And that's going to be, what, a total of 10 scoring units?
10 scoring units, yeah.
10 scoring units. All right, man. Going from 2,500 to 1,800 just looks so tiny.
Yeah.
All right. So let's swap over. James, could you talk us through your undead list, please?
Yeah. A unit of zombies because I needed an unlock. Some wraiths because everyone knows wraiths are awesome. 2 units of soul weaver infantry. 1 with the blessing because elite's just awesome. The other one with hands for the extra life leech. I've got 2 units of whites, 1 with haste, 2 with haste those, and 1 with boots of striding. Vampire Lord on Pegasus and a Vampire Lord. The guy on the peg's got slashing, and the guy on the horse has got the mace of crushing. And then I've got a necromancer that's got surge and heal, and he's also got the healing shroud for some extra heal. The reason I wrote the list was I quickly Googled the most fluffy lists in Kings of War, and this is what came up. So
it's very thematic.
I've only played 4 games before this. They're all in Call to Arms. So I thought, just Google some fluffy lists because that's what I'm all about. And here I am.
Fair enough. All right, so that's 16 drops and a total of 9 units, but only 7 scoring units. And we are playing Control, so that's going to be important. But I feel like if you play this list right, you don't really have to worry about that because like everything on the other side of the table will be dead.
What is playing the list right, by the way?
Killing all my stuff.
Yeah, just walk forward and table your opponent. I think is really all you do with that list.
Can't score if you're dead.
Yeah,
that's true.
But you can if you're undead.
If you're undead. All right, so let's bring up. The puns are starting early. All right. So here's our round 5 map. Quite a contrast to the round 4 map. There's a lot of tall forests, a lot of tall blocking terrain. This camp over on the left, the big square camp, is what, height 3?
Yeah.
Is that right? And otherwise, what, the hills are 3, and then the pond is flat, and everything else is height like 6 or 9 or something like that.
9.
4 through 9, yeah.
Yeah, so everything's super tall. A lot of stuff blocking line of sight. Okay, and you guys have deployed with Jay across the top, looks like, and Mike across the bottom. So Jay, could you walk us through your deployment starting over on your left, please?
Yep. So top left, we've got a unit of zombies because I think my plan is to swing them all the way around the right-hand side of the battlefield and kill everything on the right-hand side there. Then I got a Vampire Lord on peg just underneath. Unit of Soul Reaver infantry with hands next to that, and then the Blessing Soul Reavers next to that. Behind the Soul Reavers with Blessing, I've got my Necromancer. I've got my White Horde with haste in the middle there. Then up and to the right, I've got my Vampire on the horse. And behind the blocking, clever move, I've got a white horde with boots of striding. And on the very right-hand side there, I've got the game winners, which is my troop of wraiths.
Yep. MVPs every game. Love them. All right, Mike, could you walk us through your deployment starting over here on your left, please?
Yeah, so it starts out with Horde of Shield Breakers with Brutal. Next to them, we got the Mastiff Pack, the Army Standard Bearer, and the Ironclad Regiment, all kind of tucked in close. Lord on a Large Beast next to them. And then behind that is the second Horde of Shield Breakers. Those are the vicious ones. And then on the right-hand side, I have the other half of my army. So we have the Lord on Large Beast, another Ironclad Regiment, both Ranger troops, and the other Shield Breaker Horde with Elite.
All right, great. All right, thanks, guys, for walking us through that. Have fun. We will see you back here when you're done. Do either of you have scouts?
Yeah, I have
he's got
scouts.
loads, like all of his whole army, basically.
All three
All right,
hordes
cool.
and both Rangers.
Yes, everything scouts.
Filth-
Cool.
Filthmonger.
So we'll, you guys have fun. You're going to drop off now. You're going to do your scout moves and then roll for first turn. So have fun. Good luck to both of you, and we'll see you back here when you're done.
Good luck.
Thank
guys.
you.
See you soon.
All right.
Hmm.
Add their clock in. Right down the bottom. All right. So, Jay's list is super subtle, isn't it?
Mhm.
I mean, it is fluffy for an undead list because this is what almost all of them look like now.
Right?
Mhm.
And there's no waiver mitigation items on the Soul Reaver infantry.
Yeah, if you want to cut down from 2,300, just take out all the chaff.
Yep.
Yep.
That's how it works.
Then here we go.
Yeah.
So first thing that sticks out to me with the deployment is that the Pegasus isn't on immediately on one of the flanks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think with the wraiths on one of the flank, like on the right, or just by itself on the left, it would have been very strong.
Yeah, on the left side, turn 3 or 4, it's facing the rear of, or at least holding back a shield breaker horde from advancing and reinforcing up there.
Granted, like that camp is impassable, so it could be used as an anchor to block any flank charges and stuff. But
Yeah, the way he has, so the brutal shield breakers, the way he has them deployed going forward, he has like protected his flank all the way up until the end of the terrain.
Yeah.
So he'd have to spend 3 turns getting in for like a rear charge. But still doable, right?
and still valuable because it's
Yeah.
always in the back of your mind as Mike that
Mhm.
that Pegasus is working its way around.
Mm-hmm.
I think something notable from this list too, with the dwarf list, no Brocklord, no King with Wings, no individual problem solvers.
Yeah.
Mhm. He's gonna be very careful with those lords on large beasts to protect angles.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And the Lords
Yeah.
on Large Beasts are awesome.
Oh, they're incredible.
They are,
Real good. Great for their points.
and they
Defense
can
6, 15, 17, like they'll take a hit from any of the hammers and live.
and they can see over at height 4. Lets them see over everything with their nimble.
Mhm.
They can get around a lot.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, the Lords and the Vamp on Pegasus are actually the tallest things on the table, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Tallest
Yep.
tallest units on the table, anyway.
Yeah,
The
there's
height 4 in a dwarf list is impressive, though.
It is.
It is. So it looks like Scout moves, and you can tell he's played this list before because everything's scouted forward, and they're not jumbled up or accidentally touching or.
Did he? You say that?
Uh-oh. I
I
say
think-
that now. That's why you don't listen to
I
me.
think he just got the angle just wrong.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah, more than just a little bit.
Yeah, just
Nope.
clipping front corners there.
Hmm.
He can probably move that first horde back a bit, but I don't think it gives him enough room.
Yeah, not with the Mastiffs.
Yeah, you'd have to get the Mastiffs out of the way.
Yeah, the Mastiffs needed to be a little further back.
So I suspect he'll probably make the... Oh, guess they're going to leave that.
Nope. Yeah,
And
he's
Mike-
gonna leave it.
Mike wins the roll.
Does. And for dwarves, like being slow, you really want to be able to go first.
Yes, you do.
And they still have Pathfinder, so they can still have the double through all that after
Right.
the first horde
Yeah.
moves up. So it's
Yeah, I guess he would have needed to deploy that vicious horde at a bit of an angle so that he could move them both forward and have them not bump each other.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, and like you don't want to get too close too quickly with this dwarf list just yet.
Yeah. You want to make sure that the undead comes in dribs and drabs. You can't let
Yeah.
it come in like in 2s and 3s. Like
Yeah.
then the game's over.
Yep. All right. So Jay's strategy here, pretty clearly, and with the list he brought, it's the right thing. Like he's going to walk forward and just try to kill the entire dwarf army, or so much of it that it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
What's Mike's counter to that with what he brought? Is it just to try to pick off hammers one at a time, try to chaff things up and delay, just try to outlast?
I think it's set up single charge. If the undead is faster, the army is a whole faster. So you want to set up single charges.
Yeah.
And then and hopefully you can get a counter charge with one of the shield breaker hordes and maybe an ironclad regiment or Lord of Archers to throw in a couple extra wounds and just take out things in one turn on the counter charge.
Yeah.
And Mike's done a great job right now, like taking a look at this brutal free shield breakers on the left. He's screened them not only with the Mastiff pack, but also with the Impassable. So I think that moving forward, they might not even be able to get charged, which is, I mean, if you can spend 65 points for a Mastiff pack and use it to effectively screen an entire infantry horde, that's good planning.
And then it's going to be on James to get rid of that chaff and position himself smartly, also using that impasse, because you can charge in with both Soul Reavers and then position them after to make it very difficult for Mike to fit.
Yep.
Right. We have one thing, I think the Vampire up here, maybe the Whites too, is like good chaff clearing, dedicated units, but as we said earlier before the cast, the Vampire on horse is one of 2 inspiring units. So he's got to be careful about trying to throw that away or putting it into combat, because trying late game with undead, inspiring, and only having 7 scoring units, it's gonna be really tough for him.
Even with the healing, like once the Soul Reavers get a few wounds on them, they're in waver danger every time they take damage. So
Not running waver mitigation on them was a little bold, especially at the points with such limited.
Yeah, he had the points. He had 30 points, so he used it for elite and life leech. But
all right, so let's see what he chooses to shoot at. He's going after whites.
It's the one thing he can shoot without cover, so that's smart.
Yeah.
You really want to shoot the Soul Reavers to hope to get a waiver on them, but you take what you can get. He's looking for what, 5s?
Yeah, so 2 wounds. That'll get healed back most likely.
Yep.
Ooh.
That's a rough one.
Get him out of the way early. All those bad rolls.
Yeah, you want the Rangers picking off damaged units at the end of the game. You don't want to throw them away too quickly.
Sure.
Early damage is just bonus, I think.
It is, except James's Necromancer has
a shroud.
The shroud, so he's got heal 6 and nothing to do other than heal whoever he shot at.
Yeah, so it's like I'm saying, like the real value of the Rangers is holding a table quarter and picking off damaged units on turn 5 and 6, I think. So you can't use this chaff. I don't. Well, you should. Yeah.
I think he's got a total of Surge 6 on the Necromancer, and that's all.
Yep. That's the total Surge in the list.
So that Necro is more of a healer than a Surger.
Yeah.
It's a lover. It's not a fighter.
That's right.
Yes.
He's not looking for Surge shenanigans. He's looking for just straightforward double charges here, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm wondering what he's going to do with the Wraiths. If he does move them forward, or if he doesn't risk the shots until later and he's closed the gap a little bit. But not being inspired, all he needs is a couple, 2, 3 6s, and getting rid of that unit would be huge. If he plays them patiently, or if he decides to move forward and immediately threaten that flank.
I think I would try to creep them around the hill.
Yeah.
Oh, we lost Alex.
We lost Alex. Hopefully he'll be back here in a second. Because I feel like you want to get them. You want to get the Wraiths in a good threatening position. There comes Alex. In a good threatening position for a couple of turns down the road, or to jump over and put unit strength somewhere. But as they are, like, Jay's got two units that are kind of holding his two flanks unit strength wise. It's going to be hard for Mike to get unit strength into that top corner to challenge the zombies because he's got to get past Soul Reavers. And he could walk his ranger troops into that top right corner to take it away from the wraiths, but then he might end up in charge range of the wraiths.
Looks like here the Vamp on Peg is trying to find a good lane to fly over the impassable, as I imagine every flyer in this scenario will
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
go over the airfield.
a tasty area to jump.
Yep.
Yep.
You should be able to get there out of the arc of the.
Mhm.
And with the square bases of a lot of these flyers, right, you can pivot in such a way that you can block charges. Like you can charge across it, but no one can charge you. I like this piece of terrain, and I think that Elliot putting in gave a lot of. There's going to be some interesting things happening in games with it, which was his intention. I like that.
Yeah, basically the first height 4 flyer that gets up to the line wins, right? Because like nobody
Right.
can get him off of it until he's ready to go.
No,
Looks like
and
the
you
race came right out to play here.
interesting.
All right.
Okay,
All right.
I would have probably just moved them forward so that he would have had to pivot more and give up a flank to the whites. Okay.
Yeah, because you could pivot now and keep them both in the front with the Rangers.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the wraiths are in charge range of the flank of this ranger troop,
hmm
so he'll need to do something.
Make a decision.
Right.
But Rangers are speed 5 for dwarves. They can sidestep if they need
Yep.
to.
Yep.
Sure.
Yep. I guess it depends on what his plans are for the rangers further on, because like right now they're kind of sort of chaffing for these elite shield breakers behind them.
hmm
Yeah, he left that one ironclad regiment behind. Like I know to hold the table quarter, but
I mean, that's a great use of cheap unit strength 3 to hold that one.
Yeah, because he's holding the middle, but he's close enough to the line that he can sidestep over to get the right side if he needs to.
Right.
Yeah.
And they'll outdo a wraith troop on unit strength.
they'll be hard to shift with anything that can make it to them.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
So it looks like with the Pegasus, he opted to just leave it on the other side and pivot it. So I'd be curious why he didn't attempt to do the flyover. You know, there's no shooting on this left side. Things could pivot, but then he could just turn and fly away more.
Yeah, you can just pop over into the forest and
It could be just to keep the Inspire on the one Soul Reaver there. I mean, it's highly unlikely that the Lord on Large Beast is going to get him wavered in one go, but there is that possibility of a single spike and then.
Well, yeah, that Lord can get in there without any fear of reprisal from the other units.
Yep.
So here comes a heal roll on the whites.
There you
Yep.
triple six.
There they are. That's that's a little ominous.
It's what you want to do.
big.
Yeah.
Yep. Just walk forward and keep everything nice and tidy.
Yeah, getting rid of chip damage is key for Nerve 17 units because everything in Mike's army, like the hammers, can remove something if it has a few, like 2 or 3 points of damage on it.
Yep.
Yeah. And the quad hammer, you want to make sure all of them are tip top getting in there.
And then at least you get 2 of them into everything on your turn.
All right, moving on to the top of turn 2 with Mike's second turn. So what does Mike want to do this turn? Like, does he basically just want to hold steady, set up not great charges, basically? Like, just try to leave Jay as little as possible that's favorable?
Yeah. That middle ironclad regiment makes it tough for him to move that middle shield breaker horde into a good position while leaving everything else in a good position.
Yeah, it's just how early do you want to dedicate the Lord on Large Beast?
Yeah.
Yep.
Those are pretty key pieces for him.
Yeah.
They are. And even charging in 2, I don't know if he takes out a single unit.
No.
No, probably not.
With that 14 attacks, it's like 10 hits. Yeah, you're not.
Yeah, he could double
Really
charge the whites here on the hill with them both if he wanted to, but he'd have to make sure to pop it or.
Mm-hmm.
Or or
Yeah,
get
because if he single charges the one in the middle into any one of the other ones, nothing else can like counter charge. It'd just be a single counter charge. Because I think if he charges the whites or in the middle or the Soul Reavers on the left, nothing else can charge in.
Yeah.
the whites on the right could maybe do surge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
Yeah,
could
that
surge
move
versus-
over.
Surge.
Yeah,
Mm.
but you're right. It's
With Surge 6, that's going to be like a 3-inch surge, maybe. So it's going to be tricky.
It's gonna be tricky. You know, they never happen when you need them to.
No.
Nope. Nope. All right, so the Rangers
Trying to
are.
get out, yep, getting out of arc of the right whites.
Or I guess the Vamp Lord on horse would be able to probably flank charge it.
Yes.
Oh, yep.
That's 15. Yeah, it's 15 and a half away.
Interesting though.
Mm-hmm.
You almost wonder if this is bait to get the inspiring away. I mean, if he can get the vamp,
Yep.
I might at that point start taking some of these Dwarf Lord charges into the middle lines, knowing that it would be in a 6 or 7 with no reroll.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, because if that vamp goes in that gets charged by shield breakers, that's not a charge the Vamp Lord wants.
Nope. But might survive. I mean, these vamps are. There's no
14, 16, 25 attacks on elite, so you're getting like 19 hits.
Yeah.
So he's doing 9 wounds.
Oh, Pathfinder. I keep thinking, yep. Not the Imperial ones.
Beautiful thing on this map.
It is.
Yeah.
Great choice of sides for Mike.
Yeah, the vampire characters are 14, 16. The vampire regiments are 15, 17.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that 14, 16 makes a big difference.
Yes.
My vamp
Definitely
on Pegasus gets wavered quite frequently.
Yeah, my mounted vampires get wavered pretty often as well. And when it's from shooting, I'm like, well, they weren't shooting anything else though.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
It's like when they're not shooting your Soul Reaver infantry. That's
Right.
That's a win.
Yep.
Right.
But yeah, this is a good army to not take RevCav against in a way because there isn't that shooting you need to block.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. Yeah, this is going to be bloody here in another turn or so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, this
Yeah.
is just a meat grinder.
Yeah, turns 3 and 4. I don't know if much will be left after turn 4.
I mean, both of these lists are very aggressive. So
Yeah.
at the end of the game, I do not expect much left on this table.
Mm-mm.
No, there's going to be like an ironclad regiment and a zombie regiment.
Just staring across an empty field.
Yeah.
Still over
Staring at
there?
each other.
Yeah.
Yep. Hello. I think that'll be a popular thing that people will do in their games is to put like these little cheap regiments and have them in the backfield in between the control lines to like at the end of the game decide, do I want to put my unit strength on the left? Do I want to add it to the middle? And you get that flexibility because I know a lot of us, it's turns 6 or 7, your time is running out. You're like, I guess I move here. So to be able to like choose at the end of the game really can help. And you're like, oh, I moved something out. You get a little security blanket, like, oh yes, I have 2 unit strength I forgot about.
Mm-hmm.
They're clarifying that the right white horde is out of charge range there. Looking at it, it is like a pixel out of 14.
Oh, of the Lord, yeah.
Yeah, because he wanted to get out of. He was currently flanked with the vamp on peg before moving the left lord.
Mm.
So dealt with that, and then
That opens up
that's
space
so
for
close.
that
Yep.
middle horde. Yep.
Mm-hmm. That's very close.
This is getting scary though with the way that these infantry hordes are connecting now. Because the last thing he wants is to have one horde just completely hung up.
That's why I thought he was going to put the second horde on the right and just do 2 hordes on the right and then a horde and 2 regiments in the middle. But
yeah.
All right, shooting. Gonna try to shoot at the vampire mounted. Yeah. That'll be tough because he's an individual.
Hmm.
But
But
probably
again-
doesn't have cover.
Waiver hunting, right? Just
Yeah,
trying to
basically.
get
Yeah.
something.
Basically.
Just go for the double sixes at this point.
Mhm. Now it looks like, and it may be close, but it looks like the Vamp on Peg could maybe get a flank of the Ironclad because they're not completely centered. I don't know if he'll notice that or if it's intentional, but the Ironclad and the Shield
Oh, yeah.
Breakers are
There's a-
not.
Small corner
Oh, yeah.
at the bottom.
Yeah.
Oof.
1 pixel.
One
Yeah, that
pixel.
is
Right for the
tight.
taking.
Yeah.
So he could take that flank. I don't know if it's the best move or not, but
Oof. No hits on the Vamp. That's the second shooting roll that unit's done that hasn't rolled anything over a 4. It only affected 4s.
they're fired.
3 hits
Yeah,
on the Wraiths.
And you're going to need 6s to wound.
Mhm.
They pierce 1 on the Rangers or no?
No,
Crush
nothing.
1.
Crush
That's
1.
right.
Yeah,
Oof.
not quite.
Nothing.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Nothing
nothing.
there.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of exactly what Jay was hoping the shooting would
Yeah.
do this round is like peel off, shoot at 2 different targets, not really make a dent in either.
Mhm.
Yeah. And if he charges them in, if he does kill the Rangers in one go, anything about an inch back up will bring him out of the elite Shield Breakers charge.
Yeah.
It looks like.
Yeah, I think he'll just, yeah.
All right, going into
Oh,
bottom
yeah,
of
they're
2.
still speed 8. Yeah.
Hmm.
The
Bottom of
Rangers
2.
are
Let's
the
see what the Vamps
Dwarf
do.
problems.
Or
Yeah.
problem.
I always think the Shield Breakers are the same speed as the Rangers, but they are
Yeah.
not.
All right, so what do we do if we are Jay? Do we take this White's charge?
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't think.
I'm pretty sure I would take the Wraiths off the hill into the Rangers
Yes.
just to stop them from shooting.
Sure. Do that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that one's a given for me.
The Vamp on the Peg, though, so it would be 4s. So it would be 14 attacks on 4s and 3s. Rerolling 1. I don't know if Hindered if he kills that Ironclad regiment.
He doesn't, because that's
No.
7 hits. You get 5 wounds, 4 wounds.
Yeah.
You probably won't even waver it and then headstrong.
No.
They don't
No.
headstrong. No headstrong, but still.
No.
Ironclad do, don't they?
They have that's a good question. Do these
Oh yeah,
Ironclad
do the Ironclad keep it or
Yeah,
not?
Ironclad keep it in the free dwarf list.
Oh, only the
Okay.
Shield Breakers lose.
Yeah, only
Okay.
the shield breakers don't have it.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, smart.
So then the Vamp is grounded,
Oh,
Yeah, he's
or is
thinking
he just going for the big move? He has to pivot to get outside of an inch if he's just trying to move.
hmm.
But maybe he sees the charge because he can't at the double into terrain.
Mm-mm.
And just so everybody knows what we're talking about this Vamp on Peg possibly being able to charge this Ironclad regiment because it's not completely exactly lined up with this Shieldbreaker horde. So there's just enough space here in the back where he could land and hang off the back side of it and not contact the other unit and still not quite be a corner-to-corner charge.
Mm-hmm. Because if he doesn't get in one
Defense.
turn, second turn he might, and then if you turn around with the Shield Breakers, then at that point you probably have Soul Reavers staring around.
Yeah, he probably grinds it out over 2 or 3 turns,
Right?
and then
Is in a
that's it.
great position.
Yeah, and you've lost your inspiring and your core. It's the only thing that I worry about in the long term for this is like 1 or 2 lucky die and those Soul Reavers are wavered without inspire. Or
Yeah,
Very
the
true.
Soul Reavers need inspiring for the first engagement because the counter charge. Yeah, if you don't have inspiring, and he gets an 8 or 9 on that nerve check,
Mhm.
that's dead vampires.
Dead
Re-
vampires.
Re-dead vampires.
Once more with feeling.
Yeah.
Dead vampires.
More dead vampires.
Extra dead.
Extra dead vamp. I mean, I feel like I would be tempted to clear this massive pack with the Vamp on Peg. Or well, you can't see it with the Vamp on Horse.
Mm.
Yeah, it's going to be a weird time advancing that line.
Yeah.
It's like, do you? Yeah.
I don't like the angle that he put with that vampire.
Yeah,
I
it's
wish
a
he had
little
put it
awkward.
flush because now he can't fly over and pivot.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
He has to spend another turn.
Mm-hmm.
with that there.
So keeping them out of charge range of the shield breakers.
Not
Yeah,
hard.
he's gotta make sure to stay in the front of the Dwarf Lord on Beast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's still out of the right Dwarf Lord Enlarged Beast there.
Just yet.
Yeah,
Mm.
just out.
The the whites in the middle are still, depending on what happens, they have to move or move up. If they move up, yeah.
Yeah, it's awfully close to the whites having a flank on the middle Lord on
But
large
that
beast there.
is awfully close to the mastiffs having a flank on the whites.
Mastiffs plus 2 Dwarf Lord Enlarged Beast.
Oof.
That puts the
Isn't
dwarf lords in a better
terrible.
position,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it blocks up the middle solar reavers.
That's not bad at all.
That opens
that
up
would give you
a
a turn
big
to
door.
reposition these shield breakers so that they're not clipping each other
Yep.
and get into charge range. That would be aggressive.
Then you just have to.
Ooh.
Oh, that's still enough room. Yeah, that's dangerous. Dangerous echelon.
Now, Ranger troops are speed 5, so
They
that
are.
is in.
That's in.
It is just in, but it is still in the front.
But then you just need that one wound to disorder. Can't
And-
hop over.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they're no slouching. They're actually better in combat than they are at shooting, right?
Yeah,
So,
10 attacks on 4s to crush one.
Yeah. And they're Pathfinders, so they're not going to care about
Yep.
running out of the woods.
I mean, chances are they'll ground them.
Yep.
And it's not something you expect in a dwarf list is speed 5 dwarves. So that
And he's moving the vamp over so he won't get flanked. Okay. And listening in. But yeah, that's an important point that Keith made about when you're positioning, thinking a couple turns ahead with your flyers. Like you think, oh, they're so mobile, but you really want to be able to take advantage of that 20-inch move with one pivot.
Yep.
Especially, and if you're not moving the full 20 turn one, using your double pivots to get in that position where you can move 20 with a pivot to get into good position.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember how they deployed. I'm trying to remember when Mike dropped the Rangers. Because I think we're all kind of thinking that we would have liked to see him put the Pegasus further to the left.
Yeah.
But it's possible that if the Rangers hadn't been dropped yet, then he might have been thinking, I need to keep it close to the Soul Reavers to inspire them. So some quick first round shooting doesn't waver them.
That's fair.
I think that would have made the most sense as well.
And that's where putting the Shroud instead of Inspiring Talisman on Necro is a drawback.
Right.
Because you can't just be, willy-nilly with your Pegasus positioning.
Now that vampire is now in charge range of the vicious siege breaker or shield breakers.
And that overrun would be...
Oh, no, sorry, it's out.
Right.
That's
speed,
the 9-inch line.
Speed 9. I was going to say, that'd be an insane overrun.
No, that's the 9-inch line.
Yeah.
That's where putting haste on one of these shield breaker hordes would have been really great. But
yeah, anything to get a little bit of variation in your lines. The item choices are great on them, though.
Yeah, you can't fault Elite and Vicious and Brutal on your combat hordes.
Yeah, this is going to get interesting. They're not wasting any time getting the grinder going.
Yeah, turn 3 is going to be very pivotal. Like the charge and response, like what happens, and then the position.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Jay's army is as subtle as a brick. And Mike's army's got the. I mean, he took 3 infantry hordes and he took pretty aggressive items on each one of them, and very aggressive characters as well. So it's going to be super grindy here. All right, so moving on to combat, we're going to have some wraiths punching some rangers.
I'm just going to quickly jump out to feed the dogs.
All right.
So we opted just to go for the whites. Okay. All right.
4 hits. Crush 1's looking for 3s, 4 wounds.
Got him. 7 to kill.
Free Dwarf Rangers are 10, 12, yeah. So, 8.
8. Okay. Oh, yep, that'll do.
There's an 11. Oof.
So
That will take them
sidestep or
off.
back up here.
I'd back up. Just make it.
Oh, I guess yeah. A backup is immediately out, no matter what. Sidestep's a little sketchier.
Sidestep's a little sketchier.
Yeah, he'd need a 3 up to sidestep.
Yeah, I was once again looking at the red line. I gotta break that habit. It's gonna cost me one day.
Yeah, no, an inch backup gets you out of both units on this side, no matter what you roll. So, all right.
Let's see which one he did.
He gets 3 inches no matter what. All right, he opted for the sidestep.
Interesting. Okay.
And that puts them in a great position now because
if it pays off, bold move, but why not?
Yeah. All right, so that is going to bring us to the top of turn 3. All right, so Mike kind of has some options here. If you're Mike, do you try to go in somewhere? Do you try to get like a double charge on one of these hammer units and take them out this turn, or do you try to set up crap charges for Jay for the bottom of his turn 3?
It's tough. I mean, there is that tasty triple waiting in the middle, but if that doesn't go well, then
I see what you mean. Yeah, then you're really sunk. I'd put the Ranger troop into the whites.
Yeah, Ranger troop into whites. I don't know. I'm pretty tempted by that triple, to be honest, because you ground the whites. You've got 3 units on the white in the middle. The dogs are then holding up the middle Soul Reaver, and then you're only really risking a combo from a Vamp and Soul Reaver at that point.
And you may eventually win that grind too. I mean, there's no Bane chance in this undead list.
Like the Soul Reavers are going to hit hard, but it's still the Shield Breaker should stand up to a single. The combo with the Vamp will probably push it over the edge, though, because it's like in around 13, 14 wounds on average unhindered that they should put on the Shield Breakers.
I don't like this Vamp. You know, by now this Vamp could be in the flank or in the rear, you know, facing these Shield Breakers. I feel like it spent 3 turns with speed 10, just kind of staying within the same 8 inches.
Yep. And just to make sure everybody at home is following along, the triple charge you're talking about is taking both Lords on Large Beasts and the Mastiff pack into the White Horde in the center on the hill, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Because it does look like the Mastiffs are probably in the flank there.
Yeah.
Given where the line cuts.
The markers there, it should be a flank.
Super close, but yeah, that looks. Oh, and if he can move up and Bane chant those.
Yeah, and I mean, you do kind of want the Lords getting the first charge as well, just because they're heavy on Thunderous as opposed to Crushing, right? Are they Thunder 2, CS1?
I think so. Let me double check real quick. Yeah, Crush 1, Thunder 2.
Okay, looks like he is going for the flank.
Oh, this isn't bad either. This is actually going to hold up the entire line now.
With just 1 unit.
Yeah.
Mastiff hunting packs are 9 attacks, hitting on 4s. Crushing strength 1 versus Cavs, so they won't get their crushing, so they'll still be wounding on 5s. But they will get 18 attacks, and they will be in the way of some Soul Reavers.
Yep.
I really like this move.
Great move.
Yeah, it ties up the entire line now, and now all of the Shield Breakers are going to be able to position for next round to get charges off.
Yep, and it only endangers 4 unit strength.
Yeah.
On the dwarf side.
Now, would you guys just ignore the race to move up the elite Shield Breakers for a round and take the flank, or?
I think you have to.
Yeah. I'd much rather them fighting whites next turn as opposed to getting tied up trying to deal with wraiths.
because he still has that ironclad regiment as that insurance policy that at the end of the game,
Yeah.
Yep.
he either has to take a white horde to contest it or nothing, right? Because it's unit strength 3, which is just sitting back. Them and the zombies are going to long distance call each other at the end of the game.
Yep. He's got to be careful as he moves his hordes up here to not accidentally get in the flank of his vamp, and it looks like he's still in the front.
Yep.
Yep.
Still on the front there.
Great positioning.
Yeah, just want to make sure that you don't end up, and it looks like he's clear there. Well, he will not get hung up on the vicious ones.
Yep, or on the terrain.
Yeah.
Yeah. They must have decided beforehand to do the just the darker
Just the
parts.
dark green. Yeah.
I don't know. I think he's actually not even touching the.
I can't zoom in that far.
He's like right up against it, but I'm not sure
Yeah.
that he's actually overlapping it anywhere.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't like terrain with poorly defined edges in UB.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I think the worst is the forests that have multiple trees sticking out.
Right. Mike and I in our last game, Zettelmeyer, we had actually, talked about that. Are we going to play these, sticking out parts? And ended up coming up like more than once in the game. So glad we talked about that before. But those branches. All right. Looks like the Ironclad are going to do what they do.
Options up.
Yep.
So we'll see what his charges do, and then next round we're basically expecting the Vamp on Peg and the Vamp on Horse to heroically sacrifice themselves to keep hordes off of the hammers so they can clear what's just hit them.
And there goes all the inspiring. Oh, I don't like it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, it looks like Mike might be opting to keep the wraiths in the front.
I don't know. Well, yeah, because I guess he can still threaten the whites, and okay.
Yep, that's okay.
That's good. Those hordes always surprise me with the amount of space they can cover and their frontage, right? Even after playing this game for so long.
Ever since the change in third, where it's just wild how much an infantry horde can cover now in comparison to before.
Oh god, yeah.
Large infantry hordes now, it's insane.
Yeah.
Or sorry, heavy infantry is what I meant. Like a Salamander Prime.
Oh god, yeah.
Right.
Oh, here's the whole board.
Hey,
there's a successful Bane chance, so now those dogs are going to be wounded on 4s and 4s with 18 attacks on the flank of those whites.
Got some dogs going.
Yeah. Brings them up to 4 or 5 wounds in the flank, 4 or 5 in the front.
The big one's going to be grounding the right whites. That is where you want your dice to pull off that one.
Right.
You need.
Yep. All right, so Dwarf Lord on Large Beast into the Sanguinary Scripture Soul Reavers first, looks like. All right. 5 hits out of 7, not bad. 4 wounds out of 5, not bad. Can get him on a 12.
Ooh.
A 9 will just miss Wavering.
Yeah, are they brutal?
No, they're not.
No.
Oh, you're right. Sorry.
You can tell how tight the points were. But these Dwarf Lords would love some 5-point items.
All right, so it looks like 4 wounds, on the whites from Dwarf Lord there. And now the dogs in the flank.
Hero dogs.
Yep, 18 on 4s and 4s. Let's see if they can do another 4 or 5 wounds.
11.
Nice. 11.
Oof. All right.
Does it average out here? Yes.
Oh no!
Wow.
Heartbreaking.
3, so that puts 7, so he'll need a 10.
10 twice.
Ugh.
That's where you get the weighted dice out.
Yep. Oh. Yep.
9.
Oh, 9.
Oh man.
Still though, I mean that's a decent.
close.
I guess the life leech.
Well, now
Soul
2
Big
units
deal.
of damage, right?
Yeah, but the soul, those are the.
Oh, the Soul
white
Reavers will get 3
3.
back. Yeah.
Yeah, they will.
Oh
Uh-oh.
no!
No, did he miss wounds?
Yeah.
He did.
Oh no! But good on Mike for not giving up a flank for the shield breakers.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I wonder
It's going to be
where
bad.
they all go.
Oh, yeah.
The
That's gonna
peg,
be
the whites, and the
That's
vampire
very rough
all
to
go
read.
into the shield breakers.
yeah. That might be enough.
Oh,
Looks
boy.
like he made all the right moves, but those
Yeah. Failing.
Hard dice.
Four
That's
dice. Just needed a 4 on 4 dice, right?
yeah.
And didn't get one.
Yeah.
That is
Right.
going to be
Granted,
unfortunate.
You expect that with Bane Chant, right? Like you're always going to fail them. Mike Rossi, like fail a Bane Chant with the standard bearer with the loot, but all of a sudden,
we have a 94% chance to get 1 wound on the whites.
wow.
Just
Yeah.
running the numbers quick.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, that was a big whiff. That was a big whiff.
Mm-hmm.
there's are the dogs just close at blocking just enough of that Soul Reaver regiment.
Yeah, I don't think you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it's more than an inch. Yeah, so they can't pivot.
Yeah. And it's going to put them in the rear, which is nice for them, as that's going to drag them down.
Mm. So then I'll have to go in with the peg and the whites.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if he splits them up. I'd probably put the vampire into the rangers so you don't give up a flank, because that would kill the whites.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that middle white horde has options now.
Mm-hmm.
I think I do the Soul Reavers into the Mastiffs, the middle whites into the Dwarf Lord, the right whites into the Pegasus into the, which ones are these?
Middle.
The Vicious, the Vicious guy. And then the vampire into the Ranger Troop.
Into the Ranger Troop, yeah.
Yeah.
And then do you put the Wraiths into the front of the Elite Shield Breakers just to keep them out of everything for another turn?
Maybe. Or are they
Or I guess at
nimble?
that point, once the whites are out of the way, they're not really threatening anything.
No, not for a turn or two.
Yeah.
These
So you
ones
could just slide the whites around their flank and not
Those
worry
are the
about
boots. Like you could send the vampire, the J boots, whites, and the wraiths all into that right shield breaker horde too.
Yep.
Yeah. If I was playing the Wraiths, being nimble, I'd pivot the Wraiths, put them next to and in the flank of the elite free shield breakers. So if they try to turn away and they give you their rear, that's 30 attacks. You can't ignore that.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't even have to charge, just to be a threat and be annoying.
Right. And annoying they are.
They take a lot of resources to get rid of for what they are.
Oh, I know. And especially with light shooting like that, having defense 6, you're pretty good. If it were flame bearers or something else, it'd be a little bit more tricky, to keep them alive. But
Surge.
okay.
The middle Soul Reaver infantry can't do that because they aren't in combat with anything.
Yeah.
Nothing charges them. They're just stuck.
Yeah, you don't get a withdrawal just because you're in contact.
I guess technically they're a millimeter away from the Mastiffs.
They're not actually touching.
Which was what was so great about the placement.
All right, the way he's turning the whites looks like he's going after the center horde.
Or is he just positioning? He's not actually charging.
I mean, that would be funny to do that and then try a long bomb surge into the flank of one of the
With
hordes.
6 dice, with
Yeah.
might want to heal the middle whites. Maybe.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Just go into the front with the peg and the whites. Jeez.
He's just checking what his options are.
Sure. And he's got some good options.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this was all according to Mike's plan. Give him too many options.
Oh, going into the left horde.
Huh.
Okay.
These ones are brutal, so not as dangerous as the elite or vicious.
Yeah, it's still
I mean,
8 or
it's still
9.
25 on 3s with CS1 and a Bane Chain option.
Yeah, and
Oh, that's not a flank. That's a rear, guys.
I don't know. I'd go for the sure thing. Well, not sure thing. I'd put the vamp and the whites into this middle vicious shield breakers.
Ooh,
Hmm.
that's
So he's doing the chaff plan that he would have done if the whites got grounded,
Yeah.
except the whites aren't grounded, so he's got other options. I wonder if he's
Why-
just sort of on autopilot.
Wow. You're
Yeah,
gonna
he did. Because he moved them over. He didn't even test to see what. It was just a move. It wasn't a charge.
mhm.
huh. I mean, why? Why are you throwing away both your inspiring sources?
Yeah, because next turn they're both dead or almost.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now he sees the
That looks
rear.
like they caught it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right.
Ooh. I mean, the vamp could be taking out this ranger troop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And still inspiring.
I mean, those lords have a very good chance of sticking around for another turn as well. I mean, the ones on the whites are probably going to stick around.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
The
18
ones on the
attacks
Soul
isn't
Reaver,
enough.
It's like a 30-40% chance.
Yeah, Def 6 is kind of
Reaver.
one of the things that Soul Reapers don't want to see.
The
Mhm.
thickest of chaff.
Like, yeah, I was telling Mike, I'm like, they're like chambles. They're like chaff hammer anvils.
No, just Lord on Large Beasts. They're just great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that speed 7 nimble square base is just so.
Mhm. Throw Def 6 on it just because it's fun.
Just
Mhm.
why not?
They don't grind quite as well as some of the other large cav heroes, but that high defense.
Mhm. It really makes a big difference.
All right.
Okay.
So being sneaky.
Mm-hmm.
So if you
Discretion.
kill the whites, I mean the whites will kill the rangers.
Oh, is he going in? Oh, he is going in.
All right.
Um,
Now,
He's listening.
now.
Hmm.
There
That's
we
the
go.
better choice.
Okay. But then you're still giving rangers a flank into your whites.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Those Ironclad will be able to come up and. Well, it depends if he backs up. How close?
If he Bane chants the vicious shield breakers, they have a chance, and if they survive, he has a chance to overrun, like double up on the vamp and the whites next
And the
turn
whites.
too.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I probably would have just let the brutal free shield breakers run free.
Mm-hmm.
Or, if the Dwarf Lord's still there. I don't know if he
Yeah.
still gets them, but oh well.
This could be
We'll
an
see.
interesting set of rolls. That's for sure.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, if the undead just kill everything they're in combat with.
Well, yeah, it's like a vampire and whites into a horde. It's like they're all CS2s, so they're all wounding on 2s, right? So
Yep.
He's taking it all back.
Hold on.
Hmm.
He may
Wait a
have changed
sec.
his mind about what to do with the
With everything.
vampire.
he's got the stream on in the background.
The biggest mistake would be listening to us.
Yeah, that's
I know,
true.
right? Oops.
Right.
Okay,
Oh, still doing this one.
but something different with the wraiths, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Is he gonna try to?
No,
Well, no, sir.
Just-
Oh,
just slightly different angle on the wraiths.
He can pivot them even more.
Yeah, he can do another 90, but
Okay. I think at this point, yeah, pivot him as much as you can. Make sure those shield breakers don't run away.
yeah, there's no real advantage to pointing too much down table. Like the Ironclad are not a great target for a charge next turn.
No, and not even in range.
and take that for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't hate it because if you roll well enough on your.
Oh, is he in range of the Rangers? He is. His 14 line is just clipping the corner. But
Yeah,
they'll move
they're
next
gonna be
turn,
gone.
so
Yeah, they're gonna take that flank.
Flank.
Yeah.
yeah. So I don't know what's going on there.
Huh.
Yeah.
All
And
right, we'll see how
Ranger
much heal he
troop-
gets.
Yeah,
back
this
field
is
now
big.
is going to be an issue.
If he can get 3, that's good.
Okay.
3, they'll life leech another 1 and be down to just 3. If they pop him in turn, then those whites are fine.
Yep. Yeah, they'll just
But
turn.
yeah, a front charge. Obviously, we've seen that whites don't care about a front charge from Rangers.
Mm-mm.
All right, so now combats. There are several. Let's see which ones he wants to do
Time
first.
for dice.
Yep. As odd as it sounds, I kind of wish these zombies in the back had been moving because that would be a great counter right now to Rangers. Be able to flick them off if they kill the White Horde.
That's why I love just moving my zombies up aggressively.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, 19 hits. That's good.
19 hits.
That's like,
Wow.
And then
Looking
4s.
for 4s. These guys just have sanguinary scripture, right? So yeah, dwarf.
8. Okay.
8.
Only 8.
Danger zone, but not terrible.
15, 7 on the dwarf lord, I think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then life leech 3 away.
Oh,
that's
Ooh, that
12.
9.
9.
15. Headstrong though, so
Okay, that'll be a big roll.
Yeah, I mean the 12
No, wait.
wavers him automatically, right?
9 plus 8. 9 plus 8 is 17. That kills him.
It's gone.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh,
you're
that
right.
was big.
Math.
Oh, 17, yeah.
Yep,
Huh.
math.
Math. Oh,
Counting is so hard.
enemy.
That is a big one.
Yeah, that's the kind of spike you need.
So he needed a 9 twice.
Yep.
We should have
And-
maybe done the math first.
Yeah. Where's the fun in that? Okay, here's the other big one. All right, let's see what happens.
Soul Reaver's looking up the hill at the whites, like, you saw that?
Yep.
Yeah, this is how it's done. Just hit 19 times, whites.
Yeah.
Why not?
12,
Mm.
so not terrible.
On average.
12 times.
And 6 should
was
be
better.
fine.
Brutal.
Plus
Do they have
yep.
brutal anymore? Didn't they
They
lose?
do.
Oh,
You
they
roll
said
another
whites.
9?
Whites are still brutal.
15, 16. He wavered it.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, headstrong.
Good
Yeah.
rolls from the end because that's.
Yeah.
Why
you
not?
need your
16.
first round of combats to be good with this
And-
list.
Nothing below a 9 so far.
hmm Spicy.
Very.
Yeah, all right, where do you want to go next?
See if they just
So
double one.
That does still leave them in danger of the flank charge. Okay, so here's the Soul Reavers in the rear of Mastiffs. 52 hits.
This is where the
They're
double
fine.
one comes in.
There's the elite
the
rolls.
elite.
There it is. Gotta have it.
56 hits.
Just because you need 56 hits on Mastiffs.
It's only 50.
50
Yeah.
Only
50
50
wounds.
wounds. So
It's
they're
like-
devastated like, what, 4 times? And a 7.
Yeah.
And an
the-
11.
The
Okay.
wrong double ones. Yeah.
The wrong one.
You're right. All right. So that takes them off.
And they can kind of just stay there.
Yeah, hit the flank if they need to. He
Yeah.
probably will position them to the shield breakers.
Thing
Yeah.
is,
Oh, I don't know. He's got a lot of options.
If he counters on the vampire, they're almost in line, aren't they? When there's shield breakers shift down.
Oh. Yeah, he'll have to move. Otherwise, he gets.
Although I don't think they'd be able to pick up in place on a flank anyway. So
He's probably regretting now putting the necromancer so close.
So close. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, there's
There's
only
no-
7 inches between the vamp peg and the whites. So, yeah, there's not enough room for the shield breakers.
And
Yeah,
there's no flying characters you have to worry about jumping over and tagging the corner of one of your characters. You don't really need him that close to your unit.
Yeah, necro doesn't need to. I mean, it's a good
Yeah, he's
habit to
not-
have. But
He's
Good
not
habit.
inspiring, so he doesn't need to be crowding either.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
although if you do
Okay.
the vampire lord first, you could technically kill him and make room. Or so the
Mm.
vamp on peg rather.
Oh,
Hmm.
yeah, that's true.
All right. Whites and Vamp on horse against Shieldbreaker Horde. Shieldbreaker's defense 4, 21, 23 nerve.
Hits will stick, so
Hits will stick. Everything will
Yep.
wound on 2s. 15 hits from Whites on 18 dice.
oh
wow.
14 wounds.
Oh
that's not what
Holy
Mike wanted to
cow.
see.
no, these
The list
just
that
dice.
kill starts to kill.
Yeah.
So, and with Brutal, that means he needs an 8. And the vampire hasn't gone yet.
Yeah.
Yep. Here's the vamp for some extra wounds.
Yeah, Vamp
Yep.
throws in 3 or 4, and then you're at a 5. Rerolled 5.
Yep.
3 hits.
Yep.
So you got crushing.
I think he's
He's
got
got the
slashing or
crush.
mace of crushing. Yeah. Needs it.
And reroll
Yep.
1 for
Three
There it
wounds.
is.
Yeah.
So
So,
there's your 3 wounds. Brings it down to a 5 twice, right?
mhm.
Yep. Yep. With
No,
brutal
8.
5 twice.
4 twice with brutal, right?
21, 23.
And
So
dead.
Right.
6.
Oh,
yeah,
no,
you're right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
5.
Oof.
Well,
That's the
I
turn
mean-
he needed. Yeah.
yeah. And these dice have been good. They've been consistent.
Mike's
the
were
6
a
was
little under, and his are a little over. And that's all it
Yeah.
takes when you got these many
more
hammers.
than a little over at this point.
Yeah.
The 6 was his lowest roll. Everything
Yeah,
else
for
was
nerve
8,
checks, yeah.
9.
For nerve,
Oh,
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
like we said, grounding those whites was a big deal, and missing that almost surefire ground was massive.
It
Yeah.
was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Picking up a door forward was like within the realm of possibility,
hmm
but
Mhm.
that one hurts.
Yeah. And 15 hits with whites is just kind of like what
Oh,
dreams
yeah,
are made
yeah.
out of.
Yeah, exactly.
Or nightmares.
I don't know if you said what dreams or wet dreams, but either one will be
Hey.
acceptable.
Either one.
This
These
No,
are the
no.
wet undead we're talking about. So
Yeah. Yeah.
is it.
However you want to interpret it, Keith.
All right, and where does he put him? I guess if I were him, I'd face to the right. I mean, you
Yeah,
have 2.
He's out of arc, and the
Yeah, he's
vamp
out of charge range.
and the peg is in the way, so he can just start.
Oh, the ironclad. He has to.
No, they're out right now.
Yeah, they're at.
yeah.
Yeah,
But if he
if he-
turns,
Yeah,
he
he can't
turns to
pivot.
face right.
Oh
he'll
yeah,
give him a
sorry.
flank charge.
Yeah.
He can pivot a little bit, but yeah, or back up.
I guess I'll just stay here and try to get to the.
He could just try to charge the ironclad next turn because those shield breakers are not going to be doing anything for a couple turns
No.
on the
All
right.
So here's the vamp on peg into the brutal shield breakers. 4 hits, but I think that one might have blade of slashing. There's blade of slashing,
It's-
Mhm.
so that puts us at 5 and 2s.
And
5 wounds.
Yeah,
Sure.
why not?
Why not?
Double 6s.
Yeah.
I mean, he rolled 3.
Oof.
Oof.
All right. So
Okay.
8 for nerve. They're going to be fine for
This
the
turn.
moment.
Nerve roll
Right.
here.
For now,
Nerve
yeah.
roll was a 6.
That's 6, yeah. That's the turn
Alright.
3 you really want.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
For this
that
army.
is like what you
Yeah.
are aiming for in every capacity.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, Jesus. Turn 3, you charge everything in and pick up half your opponent's army.
Right.
I mean,
Pizza Jesus, man.
what
Yeah.
this list is built to do.
Yeah.
Oh, he
Headstrong
did pass the
up,
headstrong.
so
Nice.
that is big. He
Okay.
should. He's
Yeah, with the Rangers and the Lord, there's a good chance he picks those up.
mhm.
And nothing is an arc of the Lord.
Yeah, nothing turned around.
So that Lord can turn around and just, of course, those shield breakers are going to be toast next turn. So they're whatever
Yeah,
hits them's
that's-
good turn around as well.
Looking like a quad.
Well, the whites and Vampire and Horse can go into that. Well, depending on what Mike does with the Ironclad.
Mhm.
Yeah, because these ones, the brutal shield breakers already have 5 wounds, so I'd be comfortable putting a vamp and a Soul Reaver infantry in there. You're getting pretty comfortable at that point, and then taking these the vamp on horse, and the white horde has the J boots, so
Yeah,
put them into the woods.
Throw
Yeah.
them at the Ironclad, and then you're like, where's your unit strength? Oh, right.
Yeah.
Dead.
Dead.
Yeah, I don't think
Yes.
there's any way to get out, man.
Yeah, he can't back up far enough to get out of the flank.
No.
There is no escape.
Yeah.
Mm.
This is where you just YOLO the army standard bearer into the Soul Reavers.
Mhm.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Might as well.
Yeah, the one on the hill. He can see the ones on the hill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and those whites are just out of the Ironclad, so.
Oh, maybe.
Do it.
Do it. No, that's the wrong. hero.
Die a hero.
We want random amusement, not tactics.
Don't think about it. Just do it.
Do the thing. Hmm.
All right.
So,
he's
but I
moving
mean,
him
if
up.
you know, if you're playing this game, you're playing the dwarves, and you're Mike, and you know you just got quad hammered by undead in round 3. What's your plan for the rest of the match? Are you in a avoid getting tabled kind of mindset, or
Well, here's the thing: is he still only has. He's down to 6 scoring units. He should pick up one of them this turn, or 2
Yeah.
potentially, bringing him down to 4 scoring units, and you still have 2 quadrants. You can still take him out on unit strength here.
Yeah, I
Mm.
think those shield breakers on the right have to try and deal with those wraiths. I don't know if there's a position that he can get in to prevent them from hopping over or getting out of arc.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're going to contribute into the middle. You just hope that you kill that top white unit with the Rangers and Lord, turn it around, and then maybe try and take something else out or slow them down so that you can start taking table quarters.
Yeah, I'd almost give him a flank at this point because, you know, you need these if you're gonna still try to contest his opposing middle quadrant to get the win with 3 scoring units. You really need to get your hammer into position, and pivoting just takes him out for another turn.
Yeah, you pivot
Ugh.
just enough so you're facing up and to the left, so you give him a flank, and then he takes the flank, and
Right.
you know where he is.
20 attacks on 4s and 4s.
Yeah, 4s and 3s.
4s and 3s.
So still, and the way he's rolling nerve, that's not with no inspire. That's a gamble, but
That's a
you kind of
gamble.
have to.
I think at this point, right?
Because like right now, his positioning allows the wraiths to get out of arc of the shield breakers.
Yeah.
Again, and then you still can't sidestep into your own quadrant to save it. You have to spend another turn.
We're
And then
committing to that.
Yep.
All right. So there's a Bane chant on the horde fighting the vamp on Peg in the middle. Looks like.
Goes off.
Yeah.
3s and 3s.
Hmm.
25 of them with brutal.
Should do it.
All right.
This is the big one. If he
Mhm.
picks this up, it can still be salvaged, but
Yep.
this is
Yeah.
combat that really needs to happen. That's a dead
10.
average.
So on average.
4.
100.
Okay. Brings it up to 7.
Puts him at
This is going to
7.
be iffy.
3s
6
and
hit. That's going to help.
But he's down to CS1 now.
so
Yep,
4.
so
Right.
needs 4s.
3.
more.
Okay.
3. All right.
So
7
10,
twice.
7 twice, yeah.
Borrow James's nerve dice.
Right.
Yep. Oh,
Hey,
there's
an
1.
8,
7.
and there's a 7.
Hey. Okay.
All right.
All right. So that is a big pickup for Mike.
Big.
Huge.
Because now he does have 2 scoring units kind of behind
Mm-hmm.
all
Mhm.
Jay's stuff.
Yeah, behind enemy lines.
And yeah, you can position them to get options, have plenty of options the next turn.
Yeah, if these whites and vamp, if they do go against that ironclad regiment and they bounce, you're gonna get a Lord on Large Beast
Right.
coming off a
Yeah.
hill.
Although the vamp and horse can reposition to just charge the Lord on beast.
Or
As well.
take out. Oh, actually, you know what? I think the Lord's going to block sight.
Yeah.
Go for the.
So
Well,
17 hits.
if the
on
whites go
vampire?
into the ironclad, the vamp on horse can see the Rangers and take them out pretty.
Yeah, he can also 180 and go for a
Surge.
3-inch surge,
Mhm.
which is 50-50 with what he has. It's not the best option.
Oh,
Wait.
Did he miss it?
How many wounds?
he did. I think
10
8
wounds.
wounds.
10 wounds with CS2.
4. That's a waiver. Oh man.
Oh.
Oh no. He did
Are
6
they-
twice.
Are they already CS1? Oh, okay, they're already CS1.
Oh man.
Yeah, and
That's
both
pretty
Soul
true.
Reavers are to the right of that Pegasus Lord, so they will fit if he wants them to.
Well, one of them will
Oh.
fit.
No, both will. The peg will slide over to the left because I think the center of the peg is to the left of the Soul Reavers up top.
Yep.
Yeah, but the peg is wavered. How's it gonna?
It's still in combat as long as. Oh yeah, no, never mind.
You're right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Rules.
Don't listen to me. I famously misplay wavered Pegasi, so don't listen to whatever I say.
I'm just glad that you said that first because I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I let you take the fall instead.
So hopefully, hopefully
own my
Matt G,
mistakes.
Matt G is watching and will know not to fall for that when Alex tries to do it next week.
Hey, my winged Arylez behaves itself. It's just the vampires of Pegasus that break the rules.
Yeah. All right, so
All right.
Soul Reaver go into the shield breakers.
I was aiming for the bottom on the ironclad.
Oh, they were in range.
Oh, yeah, if he gets the vampire out.
They could get. Oh, can he get in between? Is what.
Looks like he can.
If he gets the vampire out of the way, he can probably fit.
Yeah, that looks good. Although it's hard to tell with the.
I don't know. It's still.
Oh, nope.
Is it touching?
Yeah, it catches.
Yeah, it's touching.
Oh no! Don't do that! Don't do that! Charge the shield, the standard bearer with the vampire. He's a duelist, and he can see over the horde.
Yeah.
Just charge him in first. He'll get double attacks, then double charge.
The vamp can also either tie up the Lord or the Rangers, though. Oh, he's not gonna be able. I don't.
If the whites have to, he can see the Rangers if the whites get out of the way, and he can pivot.
Yeah.
How many scoring units can you remove at once?
All of them.
All of them.
Too many is the answer.
Yeah, too many. Because 10-12, the vamp can take out a 10-12 unit. And then if he he can remove everything in the middle this turn if he wants.
Yeah, if he surges.
He surges the whites into the Lord on Large Beast. Although that way he won't be able to see the Rangers with the vamp on horse.
There's plenty of time left on the clock because this is going about as fast as we expected it to.
Yes.
Yeah, can the Soul Reavers get past the whites if the whites go into the flank of the shield breakers to get into the ironclad?
I think if they do that, then the Soul Reavers are on the hill, so they'll still be able to see. They'd have to pivot.
Will there be enough corner of the ironclad poking out for them to hit it with one pivot?
Yeah,
that's a good question.
Yeah, if you send the whites into the flank, vamp into Rangers, Soul Reavers into ironclad,
and then just turn the other Soul Reavers to look at the Lord.
Yeah.
So for those following along at home, there are many options for undead right now.
One might say too many.
One may say.
Worlds and oysters and all that.
Yep. And if you're the Wraiths, maybe you just back up because then if he charges you with the shield breakers, they're out of the game. They'll never make it back to the middle.
That's true. But he can get out of arc of the ironclad, I think, if he pivots just right.
Yeah, it's close.
But he doesn't contest the quarter. So
yeah, that's the nice thing about this is that he can dance around all day there, but it's not going to do anything.
But yeah, at this point, he can ignore it. If he does that, then Mike can completely ignore it because he can't draw a line of sight and he has no surge over there.
Yeah. It keeps him safe. I mean, you have to keep unit strength over there to hold it, but
yeah, it keeps the ironclad from going over there or from doing anything.
Pins them from getting the middle.
Yeah.
Although
ironclad backs up 2 inches for 2 turns in a row. They're close to middle. It's going to be tricky though.
That will be huge for him though. If he can keep his own 2 points away, he can salvage a lot of victory points at the end or pull off a draw maybe.
It was just picking up that flyer was almost necessary at this point.
He needed that because his one Lord got one shot. He needed to one shot that one. Although
that's why you should never listen to us. We were like, Why would you do that? Put this and that. Clearly it paid off, so what do we know?
Yeah.
Throw dice at it until it solves it.
All
Hey.
strategies are great when you can roll 9+ for nerve checks.
For all your nerve checks, yeah.
So we find like the logo of the A-Team T-shirt for Masters next year. Just roll 9s. Why not? Solves all your problems.
This is just Mike will beat my undead this summer with like rolling an 11 three times in a row on turn 7.
Yep.
I was like, oh, okay.
You heard it here first, folks.
Learn from the best.
All right, so let's see what he does. If you're Mike, you almost hope that he turns around with the Wraiths and attempts a surge, because that would at least give him a chance.
Yeah.
I mean, turns around with the whites.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
This should be a drinking game, right? Every time you confuse Wraiths and whites, just, the undead fly thingies that
Right.
speed.
The Wraiths.
The Speed 7 undead fly things.
Yeah, those ones.
The annoying ones.
Yeah.
That
They're
are
always
irregular.
like getting flanked. Yes, those ones getting flanks.
Yeah.
And,
The
Okay,
ghost
so-
guys.
yes. All right. Now I know which ones you're talking about.
Mhm.
Yeah, like you almost want to bait that charge from the Ironclad just to be like, hey, come over here.
Yeah.
Take a
guys.
hindered charge against defense 6. It'll be great.
Yeah.
Do we have any questions from the YouTube chat?
Nothing
It's
huge.
a lot about the Wraiths
Mm.
and how
Yeah.
they're tying up several hundred points.
Oh, it's genius.
Yeah, they've really
Yeah.
they have
And-
been the MVPs. He called it.
Yep.
Or like 6 unit strength they're holding in
7.
one quadrant.
7. Yeah.
7 unit strength.
Wow.
Oh yeah, 7.
I still wish early on that he had just risked the flank from those Wraiths and marched those elite ones forward and towards
Yeah.
the middle.
He needed those guys in the middle. He couldn't
Yeah.
he just needed everything available to him
Mhm.
for his turn 3.
Yep.
Those
And
whites
now
haven't used boots, right?
They have
they have
not.
not yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is
They're taking the boots off now.
Boots are coming off.
they're using the boots to hit their Ironclad.
And it's incredible too that, he even had the option if he wanted to charge the standard bearer and then
Mhm.
possibly turn around and
Oh
have
yeah,
your choice.
he's in the flank of the standard bearer.
Mhm.
Yeah, that'd be even more effective than the Vamp.
True.
18 versus 14.
Yep. On 3s if you use the boots, yeah. Instead of 4s.
Yeah,
and
there's just over 4 inches, so there's enough room.
that may free up the Soul Reaver to go into the Ironclad. It
Mhm.
could be anything.
And then the Vamp can go into the Rangers, and then the other Soul Reavers can go into the Shield Breakers, and everything dies.
The Dwarf Lord is it's the hill he's going to die on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. On a hill by himself, surrounded next turn.
Mhm.
Very dwarfy, right? This is how it's supposed to be, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Too many options.
Yeah.
Yeah, at
Oh.
that point, it's just like you're trying to find the perfect solution.
Right.
But ultimately, it's like you have 2 more turns. So.
Maybe this was Mike's plan all along, analysis paralysis.
Anytime. Damn it.
Right. 23 minutes.
All right. So let's go through the questions from the live stream we've solicited. So now we got some. Met's going to be good this year. I don't understand the question.
Sports
What
ball.
does it say? Wait, what
You're-
was the question? The Nets?
Met's going to be good this year. This year only has 2 days left in it, so I don't know.
I don't think so. Better than the Red Sox, though, unfortunately. Better to be lucky than good. Consistently lucky. How about that? Undead are consistently lucky.
I will agree with Sam on this. All scenarios are kill if you try hard enough.
Yeah, undead are broken if you are lucky.
Yeah.
Yep. There you go. All scenarios ridiculous. An active genius or madness? Why not both?
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, why not both?
I'm
Man?
going to go with both.
If the
Madness
dice tip
is-
at all in your favor, you're going to look like a genius.
Yeah. Madness is
Yep.
genius when you can roll 9s for nerve checks.
Yeah.
Yes. In a row.
All
Yes.
right.
Ooh.
Consistently.
Now, that's bold. In the event that the Lord lives, that is a flank.
Yeah.
Or a rear if the other guys. A rear on the whites. That could be big.
The Lord
Yeah,
will be able to disengage.
Just the.
Yep.
He won't have thunder. Well, he won't have thunderous, but thanks, Tom. I'll tell Mike to rebase his ironclad. Team meeting after this game.
This is a philosophical question. What army would be the least good if one was always lucky?
Adam, I think that needs more double negatives.
Oh, least good?
It needs a little bit more.
The never-ending answer of Sylvankin.
Can't argue with that, yeah. But least good if one was lucky.
Like the
Rats.
one that gets the least disadvantage or least advantage from being lucky.
Oh God, I am not drunk enough for this.
Yeah, I only had.
I
My
think it's
first
hard
beer.
to say. I think it's hard to say, except it's Ratkin slaves.
Yeah,
Yep.
That's
Well, the thing is, if you're lucky with Ratkin slaves, you could get really good rolls on your last breath.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's not you. Your opponent rolls that, right?
Which would make you luckier because it's your opponent's.
Is your luck only attached to the dice that you roll?
I would
Getting
I would guess so.
very philosophical here.
See, Matt agrees with me.
Yeah.
All
Must
right,
be so.
on to combat. On to combat. So we had a heal cast, I guess, on the Vamp Lord on Peg.
You know, if he doesn't break these shield breakers, did he just give him a flank
Oh, yeah.
by not backing up first?
He will
Correct.
get flanked on both.
Yeah, the
Sorry.
Lord. If the Lord and Shieldbreakers survive this turn, Mike's getting juicy flanks.
And the Lord is
Yeah,
looking
he is.
good to begin with.
Did he only hit 3 times?
And
Yeah.
wounded once.
Wounded once,
Okay.
Mace of Crushing.
twice.
Twice.
So an 8. So he's got 7 twice. Or no, 9
9
twice.
twice.
9 twice.
twice.
Math. God damn it.
What?
Oh!
Oh, come on.
There's a waiver.
Is that
Again,
still a waiver, though?
He's
That's
keeping the
waiver.
nerve checks rolling. 7 and
Oh,
11.
man.
Jesus.
Holy shit.
Insane.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, flank with the
Headstrong
range.
Hero will probably pick up a Soul Reaver infantry between the Rangers and the
The Lord.
Lord.
Or he goes into the rear of the whites if the ironclad live.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, man. If they live, I really wish those shield breakers are facing towards the left.
Yes.
Mhm.
those should-
Oh,
That is going to be such a massive headstrong roll. Oh, man.
Yes. It's
Yeah.
huge.
All right, whites, which we're guessing are going to use their boots so they're not hindered.
So
Hit these
threes and
ironclad.
threes.
Threes
And-
threes.
threes.
Boots used. Yep, confirmed.
14, 16. So 3s and 3s. Oh,
14.
wow.
He's been hot. 9.
9. Okay.
So
7
10
with
Just
Brutal.
2 above average both times.
Six twice.
That's okay.
9 plus brutal means treat it like it's 10.
Yeah, so 6 twice.
6 twice. He's due for a
No
low
problem.
roll. I mean,
no problem.
something under a 6.
And-
Oh, my God.
10 out of
7.
7.
Oh,
Wow.
Jesus.
He hasn't rolled below a 6.
yeah.
And this is like our
Alright, you
10th
beat
round
that.
of combat.
Yeah.
Wow.
Every
How much was the bribe?
I'm just going to leave this up from now on.
It's
Just
just
gonna-
permanent. Leave it on the
Yeah.
Whenever it's his turn,
Oh.
we're just going to throw them out there.
That is
anything.
insane.
This is
He's rolled
Yeah.
1 6.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it! Where's Jonathan Quayle to come up with the average dice rolls?
Right.
Oh. Okay, well let's see if the Soul Reaver infantry. I mean, at this point, Mike deserves a couple double ones.
Yeah.
Wow.
I feel like we should save the log to run through Nick Williams's dice calculator thing after.
Right. Let's see.
All right,
Well,
so
we've taken
Reavers.
the rear charge out of the equation.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh man.
Okay, 16.
16 hits.
Mostly average.
And what, 2s to wound? There's the
Oh,
elite
yeah.
rolls.
So
Oh,
19
they're elite. 19.
and 12.
Oh,
Oh, there's a lot of ones
A lot
at
of
least.
ones.
But it was still
12.
19 hits, so 12 more.
And
So
already 5 wounds,
17.
so
And here comes double
Six-
sixes and
six
then
Double
twice.
ones.
yep. So looking for 6s twice. He hasn't rolled below a 6 on nerve checks yet this game.
He is not.
Six.
Yep, there we go.
And a
And
7.
a 7.
Wow.
Wow.
All right.
So,
well,
Huh.
dice.
Dice.
Yeah, for real.
Nice.
Well,
Think-
your game plan was just walk forward and kill everything, and that's pretty much what he's
Yeah,
done.
it's
so
what's
far.
happening.
Walk forward, check. Kill everything. Check.
Mhm.
Profit?
Right check.
Check. What's Mike drinking right now?
Tears.
Tears.
alcohol.
Tears.
Elf tears. No!
Oh no!
Oh.
Oh no!
Oh.
Oh man!
Yeah.
You just don't get to have any fun this game, man. Jesus.
No.
Yeah,
holy
here's-
cow.
Do you like this game? Because you won't after this game.
Mm.
And does that block him from getting the
You
flank?
could disengage and probably back up through them. Maybe.
Yeah.
He only
Maybe.
gets a 3.5 inch backup, so he has to get. So 4.5 inches doesn't get him very far.
No,
Oh my god.
and you can't sidestep on a waiver.
No, he
That
can
is very
pivot and back up though, because he's
He is
nimble.
Yeah.
And then he gives up a flank to the whites.
Hmm
At this point, yeah. Like
He's at 8 wounds. He's dead next turn, no matter what.
Yeah, no matter
With
what
a-
hits him.
Like a front charge kills him.
Yeah.
So I guess just the immortal words of Ludacris. Just get out the way.
Roll them bones.
Roll them bones. Try to get get the Rangers in. Score
Kill
200,
something. Yeah.
270 points.
I would honestly probably, instead of going for kill, just hold another like top right quadrant.
Yeah. If he backs the Rangers up, the only thing that can see. Yeah, nothing can see them.
Yeah, but he gets them eventually, right? This is turn
yes.
4?
Yes, we are going into
Turn 5?
This is top of 5.
Top of 5. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he
mine's
still
top of
gets
5
them.
turns.
yeah, the Vamp Lord will hunt them down and butcher them
Yeah, the Vamp can catch them, and
and roll a 9.
yeah, 10-12 is not survivable.
Those
I-
poor shield breakers.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Incredible.
This is just obscene, man.
It
Yeah.
really
Ugh.
is. There's nothing to say.
That's the thing when you have 2,300 points worth of hammers and an 1,800 point list. You know, this can
Yeah.
happen.
Sure.
Just all hammers.
Bag of hammers. Just try not to be a bag of nails, because yikes.
Yep.
Running bags and hammers.
All right, and there's the shield breakers. Let's see if they can do it.
So single horde of shield breakers kills 3, the whites and soul reavers over the course of 2 turns. Can do
Yep.
it, right?
Yeah.
The math checks out.
I mean, he's due that kind of dice.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
They got wild charge 2d6, right?
so we're pretty sure in the nerve checks he has not rolled below a 6, right?
Yeah, isn't it?
He has not. And there's been 20 nerve checks.
1, 2, 3.
Kind of a lot.
Over 10. Like
Oh,
maybe
definitely,
12.
yeah.
Over
Because a couple waivers. I mean, what
Oh,
are the
yeah.
odds of that?
bunch of rerolls. A lot of rerolls. So yeah, so maybe close to 20, because with all the rerolls.
Makes you want to go out and buy a lottery ticket or something. Jeez. Don't tell me the odds, except somebody please do tell me the odds, because I'm very curious. No?
So is he going to do the backup and pivot?
Going
Pivot.
that way.
Is the
Like, do you
pivot
go for the
90, I
FRI,
think.
or do you just try and pick up the peg with shots here?
Oh, try to shoot cover
Hmm.
shots because he's not
Well,
on the
if they get
hill.
if they get on the hill.
Oh, we'd have to move forward.
Do they have
Yeah.
steady aim, Rangers? No.
What's that?
No.
No, they don't have steady aim. They have crossbows. That's right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
cover.
To be the same thing.
Yeah, and realistically, 20. I guess you guys take chances, but 20 attacks in the flank isn't. That's only 5 wounds on the Soul
Yeah,
Reapers.
4s and 4s. It's not
Right.
gonna beat them up, but 1 wound on the vamp on peg has a much better chance of.
Right. Which for Jay would be 9 wounds.
Yeah.
And
Rolling.
that's going to severely limit his zone capping capability.
Mm-hmm.
Because the whites, I don't think, looking at them, they have 2 turns to move. Looks like 19 inches to get into the far right zone to contest.
But he's already in his opponent's middle, so it's worth 2 points. Why move?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he can get 5. He just needs top middle with one of the Soul Reavers, bottom left with the Soul Reaver. And then
Shieldbreakers
whites.
could walk in though, right?
Shieldbreakers
fly
are
the-
facing up to the right, though.
Oh
If-
yes,
they're-
they did do that. I forgot.
they're just running.
Oh, they moved.
So Mike's just making a play for the right, the 2 quadrants on the right for points.
So game ended now. It'd be about 5-2. And I guess he did go for the
Before to
The
2.
flank.
But yeah.
1, 2, 3. Oh, sure. Yeah, at the end of the game, he'd probably fly to the bottom right, and then
Yeah,
he can get
he's-
about 5, and then there would be 2.
Mhm. He can get 5 if a Soul Reaver or Pegasus goes into the bottom left.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Enchant for all you're worth.
Yeah.
Oh, double six.
no.
Not the time for the. you
No,
gotta
save
those
that,
double-
right? Put that in the bank.
Jesus.
You
All
needed
right.
that on the Pegasus. Or
Yeah.
Dead average.
Okay.
10.
10 hits.
Freeze.
Needing
Can't-
3s, yeah.
Oh,
5.
can't.
His wound,
5.
his wound rolls have been the worst.
Abysmal?
Yeah.
Yep.
Just sad.
Dice have been bad.
Been overshadowed a little
Well,
bit.
that's an 11 twice to break or a 9 to waver. I think, yeah.
Yep. Did he make it out of? Well, at least he's out of Arc of the Soul Reaver.
Or 3. Or 3.
3. That's fine.
Man.
Okay. So now the question becomes, what
How
isn't
much
Mike
beer?
drinking right now?
Yeah.
What is he not drinking? Maple syrup. Just raw maple syrup.
Just mainline.
I know he's going to
Just kidding.
be drinking a lot tonight after this.
Yes. Oh wow. Roll the 3. That 3 was supposed to be for Jay.
Yeah.
Huh.
Hmm.
Mike has 40 minutes left on his clock.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
where you just talk to your opponent about non-game related things.
Right.
Mhm.
Pull out the family photo albums, deep stories. Tell me, give me a full battle report. What did you hate most about 8th edition? Just
Still
any big tangent.
Was it you, Keith, that posted that picture of like a 9th age game or something? Or
Oh yeah, I clicked into it by accident, and there was just the first thing I saw was like a conga line of infantry or
Yeah.
cavalry making a screen. I'm like, nope. Click
Hard
out,
nope.
click out, abort. Nope.
Yeah.
Just do not miss those days.
I just remember playing like anything skirmisher related and trying to align charges was just a nightmare.
Deploying single lines of infantry across the entire back row.
Mhm.
Stubborn, so like they could. I don't know. Even through 8th edition, I don't think anybody played a game without getting a rule wrong when it came to like reforms and ranking and removing models, and just sort of went with it.
Not a competitive game, just D6 it. Move on.
Mhm.
Yep.
Right? That's what it says in the book or something.
I think so. Until it became competitive. I'll just throw a purple sun at it. You're fine. All right.
Yeah,
So
when the company that writes the game stops running any competitive tournaments, that's a hint.
yes.
Yeah.
All right. We got whites flanking the Lord on Large Beast and
Mhm.
Soul Reaver back into the
Countercharge
Rangers.
on the Rangers.
So at this point, just run the peg towards bottom left. Or sorry,
Yeah.
bottom right.
But leave it in charge range of the Army Standard Bearer so we can get that. Yes. Yes. Leave it there. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, he's in
Well-
7.
All right. Let him
Won't be
kill it.
hindered.
Yeah, see, at this point, though, he could have gone for cap and like gone bottom right, which would have put him in mid, and next turn threaten the ironclad, and
Yep.
then that combined
Mhm.
strength.
Yeah. Would give him an entirely
'Cause,
different
I mean,
quadrant.
at this point, you're looking to cap out, right? You want to
Right.
get 25 because it's very possible.
It is.
Yeah, because that's another 350 points.
Yeah, and I mean, I like the charge with the whites there. That puts them significantly closer to the shield breakers.
Right. You get him next turn. Huh.
Given his rolls, he could probably pick them up on a single.
Yeah, just throw
yeah.
anything at them and kill them. Right?
Anything. The Necromancer goes in and kills him. Like, why
Yeah.
not at this point?
Yeah, he could send the peg and the horse vamp down to the right to deal with the ironclad,
Yep.
Mhm.
and
That's
then
what I would do. Sandwich him.
double charge the Lord with the whites and Soul Reavers to get the whites farther over.
Are not the fast ones, then they move 7.9.
Hmm.
Oh,
If there's one thing he doesn't need right now, isn't any added advantage.
yeah.
Extra inch. But he got him.
See, right now I would be looking to just butt those up against the Iron Breakers as much as I can so they can't go forward anymore, just to trap them until the
Hmm.
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah, don't run farther away. You want to leave them so that the whites can get to them.
Yeah.
Because right now the whites are just in. Even if they back up, that
I mean, they shouldn't be in, but they are.
no, if you back up an inch, they should be out.
But yeah, now this lets him move the ironclad. So okay, so he's going here. Now the
Yep.
Standard Bearer is going to kill the vamp on peg.
Hmm.
Unless the vampire on horse comes off the hill and kills it first.
Oh,
Wrapped.
That thing? Yeah, don't worry.
What? It's not like it's got duelist or anything.
Oh,
Right.
yeah. Just
14 on
Char-
3s and 2s. It's not a big deal.
Charging off a hill on horseback.
Sure.
Sure.
Double ones. And then the Army Standard Bearer will kill the vamp on peg. Please.
All right, so probably healing Soul Reavers in the shooting phase, I'm guessing.
oh, the zombies.
Oh, they turned. They did something. They turned.
Just the final flex.
Yeah, right.
Sure.
Oh, remember these guys?
I mean, if he was closer, he could just call the Soul Reavers fine because they've got the scripture, so they're going to heal
Oh, or just
Oh,
heal
just-
5 out of
3.
6.
5 out of 6 there anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they were going to life leads 3 back. You could have walked the Necromancer down to
Yeah.
the other side of them and surged the whites further towards the Ironclad.
Yeah.
You would have surged them 4 inches forward.
Yeah.
That would have been huge because now you're gonna potentially threaten the rear.
Of the shield breakers, yeah.
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 But what do we know?
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
Uh,
what he's doing is working.
It's
So-
working really well. I need to start saying the opposite. So much
find
better
a
than
lot
our
of fault with
plans.
it.
No.
Yeah.
Working a lot better than anything that we said.
There's 34 hits.
Every time I see
There's-
50 dice rolled at once, it just does not feel right.
Picks
Not
up
from
5
Soul
more on the
Reavers.
elite roll.
Just
4's the wound, so 25 wounds.
25.
Snakes twice.
Twice.
Hey, he rolled below
a 6. Woo, there it is, guys.
It
Took till
only
turn
took till
5
turn
and
5.
what, like 30 nerve rolls, but he did it.
He did it. He rolled below a 6. Drink.
If it goes to 7, I don't think the 12 inches. 12 inches.
8. They can only get 8 away, so if he moves 12 next turn,
They'll be able to get out.
yeah, they'll
Yeah.
just be keep running because they have Pathfinder.
So I don't think there's any way that he gets 25 here because
Yeah, those things are.
it's where
The
it's
shield breakers are safe.
If he had surged, then
Different
I think
story.
that he would have been. Yeah, but
Because 4 more
13
inches.
wounds. A 5.
there's
Once we'll
2.
get them. Yep.
there it is. Drink.
Yeah. But at this point, when all you need are snakes or anything, it doesn't matter if you're rolling below 6. Right?
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
he's
that's
saving
the
them for
secret,
when
right?
it counts, right?
Exactly. Poor Rangers. I know they had so much potential,
Yeah.
but here it is. Standard Bearer is going to live. Going to kill the Vamp on Peg. Stories, legends, ballads.
14.
Only 8?
Happening.
Only 8 hits.
Okay.
Wounded on 2s with Thunderous 1, Crushing 2. Thunderous 1 for coming down the hill.
And 1 reroll for 8
And 1
wounds.
reroll. Yeah.
Mm.
Oh,
Oh,
so 7.
7.
So he's got what, 4 twice? Or is it 10, 12?
Yeah.
10, 12, I think. 5 twice.
5 twice.
Yeah.
Dramatic pause. Dramatic pause.
More pause.
Before more pause. Oh, there we go.
Does the standard
Okay.
bearer have headstrong?
I think so.
I think
It
so. Yeah.
does.
That's just
It's
favored.
coming.
It does. I think this is shaping up to be a. Because then that'll put. He's guaranteed to do a wound. It's not guaranteed, but we're gonna pretend.
It's very,
Kill
very
the-
much
kill
not
the man.
guaranteed at this point. Yeah.
Yeah. This is like me with the Patriots losing, but I still need my fantasy team to win, so I'm like rooting on small players in small moments. Like, come on, you can do this. Get this last.
All right, so that is going to bring us to the top of turn 6 in a game that has been, I'll call it one-sided.
Yeah, that's fair. And nothing. I have no critiques for Mike other than the position of Shieldbreaker Horde. I think he played a flawless game.
Yeah, I think
all
the
of those
dice-
have been right.
Yeah, the Rangers not grounding the whites in turn. What was that? 2, 3?
Yeah, that's
top
huge.
3 maybe?
So that's so big.
Which was a
Yep.
statistic anomaly.
Yeah.
And not rolling below a 6 on nerve checks for 4 turns is
Right. Any of those holding, he'd have
Yeah.
a hammer or 2 alive.
exactly. So that first Lord popping on the charge
yeah.
was huge. Like that was massive.
Yep.
That
But yeah,
opened up a
those
huge
two
door.
things.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that basically on a turn where Mike played everything to take all 4 of Jay's hammers
Oh my
Out.
god.
out of a position.
Oh,
Yeah.
and he
Oh, yeah, he-
failed
yeah.
2 out of 3 headstrong.
Mike's positioning going into that turn was good, and then he just
Oh,
Just
we're breaking
didn't
out the sad face emojis now. Yep.
sometimes the dice don't want you to win.
I really don't.
Yep. So he should have had all 4 of the hammer units tied up, but Dwarf Lord getting one-shotted and Rangers not grounding whites basically meant 2 of them were still active faster than he intended for them to be.
Yeah, 1 turn
Mhm.
early.
Yeah.
Which is not what you want.
So I guess he runs forward with the Soul Reavers and gets 6 points. Kills the standard, yeah.
That'll bring up bottom of 6. Mike at this point is holding 2 points by having both table sections on the right.
Yep.
Mhm.
Jay's got top left with zombies. Bottom left with a vamp on peg. He's got Mike's center with whites, his center with Soul Reavers, and that Soul Reaver regiment is up for grabs. If he can get it into the bottom,
I think he's in the bottom right now.
I think he is
if
in
he
the
can get
bottom
it
right.
into the bottom right, then he gets that one as well with wraiths.
Yep.
So, just
So
denies
yes.
Mike that point because I think he's already at 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If the middle one is worth 2 bonus points, which I think it is, then it caps him out at 5. Yeah, he doesn't necessarily need to do that, but on a turn 7,
if it's turn 7, he'll kill the ironclad, and then
basically just setting himself up for possibly more kill points in a turn 7.
Yeah, and probably take the charge with the Soul Reavers, unless he just runs away again. Yeah, which I would at this point.
It's true. The McCready clan is vast.
Yeah,
so
there are many.
You kill one, 5 step into their place. It's just
each list more disgusting than the last.
Flattery will get you everywhere, Jeremy.
That's right. This isn't even the McCready's final form.
Yeah.
Oh, it's true.
There are multiple levels of beard beyond this one.
Right. This is the least majestic Canadian beard in the family.
And majestic beards translate to quality dice rolls and nerve checks.
John's dice are horrendously filthy.
Yes, I can personally attest to that. I mean, so are his lists, but dice rolls too.
They seem to go hand in hand. If James's list is any evidence, filthy lists and dice.
So that's going to pick up the standard bearer, and that's going to bring us to the end of turn 6.
Third nerve check under 6.
There it is. 3 out of 25.
All in the last 2 turns.
Yeah. Since turn 5, he's.
Yeah.
And
that's
gonna be
turn 7.
Ooh. So 24, maybe 25, maybe.
No.
Yeah, 25.
Oh,
he's got. Yeah, he might only get +4
for the kill points. Yeah, for 1700.
Capping out kill points in this, like you pretty much have to table.
You do. Yeah, 1800 points.
Heavily weighted towards it.
So 24, 20,
like an ASB or something on the table.
24 to 6.
So what questions do we have here?
I mean, we could ask a lot of questions of Jay, but he'll just responded with, "Well, it worked out." So I'd ask him probably just about his thought with the Pegasus early on. And his positioning with that.
Yeah, it worked, but
yes, it did.
So 1615 is the threshold, and I don't think he's got that.
No,
yeah, that Shieldbreaker Horde is what, 250?
Two, depending on the items, it's either 240 or 260.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, getting those kills
it's tough.
It has to be a blowout, like even more.
Yeah,
right. You can leave a character, you can leave an individual standing around, and that's about it. All right, let's go ahead and take that away then. All right. So we're just waiting for the players to finish counting up. Then they'll be back here. We'll do a quick wrap up with them. If anybody watching on the stream has any questions they'd like us to ask, feel free to type them in the comments section now, or anytime between now and when they come back. I'm not your boss. Whatever.
Don't tell me what to do, Mike.
You're not even my real dad, Mike. You can't tell me.
Questions will be accepted for the next 30 seconds. That's all. After that, you're cut off. We're wrapping this thing up.
Questions pending approval from the committee.
Right.
You could ask Jesse if he could have more plants in his background.
Yeah. What his favorite plant is?
Which one is your favorite?
Can you choose?
This one? That one?
Jesse,
are they even his plants? That's the other question.
These are the questions.
Right.
Yeah. Whose house is he in, right?
Broke into somebody's house
Never
during this
tell.
game. It's better internet.
Happy holidays. I'll be there.
Oh.
Waiting.
Yeah.
Who's better camouflaged? Him with his plant shirt or me with orange that matches my background, my
If you
wallpaper?
put your hood on, it's like,
Disappear.
who are you? Where are you?
Nice. Yeah, I almost don't want to ask Mike any questions when he gets back because like it would be like forcing him to relive past trauma or something.
Yeah,
Right.
just PTSD is strong with this one.
Yeah. Kind of don't want that.
Why didn't you roll better? Why
Yeah.
didn't you roll worse? Yeah.
Mm.
And not much to say. It's just kind of like things worked for James and things didn't work for Mike.
Right.
They both made good choices.
Yeah.
There weren't very many there. There was little to no misplay. It was just
Like giving the Mastiffs a flank was maybe a calculated risk on James's part. Or maybe he missed it. I don't know. That's what the only thing.
Yeah. I guess
Yeah.
that could have
You can
changed
ask him
some
that.
things.
Those
that's-
wound rolls, Mike.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel so bad.
Yeah, getting like an average number of hits and then like 3 wounds or 2 wounds or no
Oh, I
wounds.
know.
It's like,
Yeah, it's pretty bad. So coming up tomorrow for everybody that's watching, right here on Dash 28 Live, we're gonna have Justin Gisby Clark versus Tom Robinson, which should be good. That'll be 7:30 p.m. UK time or 2:30 p.m. US East Coast. So if you're not doing anything tomorrow afternoon or evening, or you're doing something and you want to ignore it,
You have chores that you're
you have to be at work
right?
in this time. And
If you want to look like you're working but
Yeah.
watch some Kings of War, just put on some headphones,
Mhm.
and we'll see you here. We'll give these guys a couple more minutes. See if they're coming back.
Mike quit the game. He's like, I'm
Yeah.
done with King of War.
Mike
That's
is tapping the keg in preparation for tonight. Just elf tears, dwarf tears,
Yeah.
all kinds of tears.
I mean, after something like that, I wouldn't fault him if he was like, "Yeah, I don't really want to go back and talk about this."
Do you want to relive all the choices that you made that led to this moment?
Can we break this down turn by turn again?
Right.
Just,
How are you feeling when he rolled a 9 for the third time?
yeah. When he followed the 11 up with a 9, how did that make you feel?
Let's talk about.
Show us on the dice where he hurt.
On this side, and on this side, and on this side, but
side.
strangely, not on any of these three sides until like turn 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Did we get any double ones in this game? I don't think we did.
Not for a nerve check.
No.
James rolled a bunch of 11s.
Damn. Counts. Bunch of 11.
Yeah.
I think his first nerve check was like a 6. Double 6s. Just
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's all downhill from there, but just not very far. It's not far enough down the hill.
Yeah.
guess they're calculating and submitting.
Wiping away tears.
Yep.
It could be.
Box Kleenex.
Yeah, that's true. They might be like submitting all of their results.
Yeah.
Hey, we're still under 2 hours on the broadcast there, so that it was quick.
Yeah.
So,
how about them undead?
Mm-hmm.
Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I mean, geez, fitting double whites and double soul reavers into an 1,800 point list is risky, depending on the kind of list you face, right? Because if somebody had gone like MSU and chaffed you up or spread out, it might not have been enough individual units for you to chew through.
Yeah, having 3 big juicy targets that are defense 4 really kind of played in to James's list.
Especially slow ones.
Hey, James.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Yes.
Oh, here comes Mike. Okay. And welcome back, Mike. All right, guys. Thanks so much for letting us watch your game. That was great.
Thanks.
Well played by both of you. We were chatting while you guys were counting up and trying to decide like what could we even ask you guys, because like the play was pretty straightforward. The maneuvering was good. The dice at a few pivotal points definitely tipped things in one direction. And then Mike, you just had trouble getting anything going. Like we were kind of keeping track and joking that like it took until turn 5 for James to roll under a 6 on nerve checks. It was 6 and up for everything before that.
Yeah, but the average on 2 dice is 7, so that's obvious, isn't it?
Right. Right. So there was one little positioning thing that we did want to ask about kind of early on, Jay, when you were moving your lines up. You left the whites kind of in the middle, a little ahead of the Soul Reavers, and gave the Mastiff pack a flank. Was that something you just didn't see or didn't notice, or was that sort of like a calculated risk to try to bait the chaff out of the way?
Well, when all your units are worth a minimum of 250 points, that you have to sacrifice something at some point, don't you? Mm-hmm. So I was like, yeah, you can have them, and I'll just roll really well on all my nerve checks afterwards. So
it was a very good plan.
Great plan.
It was a mistake, actually. It was like, he said, I've got a flank on them, and I was like, oh, Jesus. You know, like 3 games ago when I was playing people at the bottom of the table, they'd have let me move them back, but you know, we're being watched, so I'm just gonna have to let you have it. So yeah, it was a big mistake, that, but fortunately,
there was a flank that you had early on, Jay. I don't know if you saw it because it was very like minuscule, but the Pegasus could flank charge the Ironclad pretty early on because they weren't centered, so we didn't know if you had seen that and just opted not to go for it. But
yeah,
it was like a moment. Okay.
And I didn't want to go for it because I've only got a few units, and I thought I might need him later on to score. And if I didn't kill them in one go, which I probably wouldn't have done, he'd countercharge them and he'd get stuck there for the rest of the game. And then if things didn't go my way in the middle, I wouldn't be able to fly him off and get one of the segments. So like from the start of the game, I thought, well, he's unit strength 1, so that is a victory point. So I thought I'd try and keep him alive. But when the horde was in my face, I had to put him in just to chaff stuff up, really. But yeah, it was. I wanted to go for it, but well, actually, to be fair, the way I was rolling, I probably should have just done it.
Probably. Yeah.
It would have worked out. You're on 11 twice. It's not a big deal, right?
Yeah.
Plan on that.
Yep.
I mean, we chatted it through in the game, and his Rangers not doing a wound to that white horde.
Oh. Yeah.
At 1,800 points is like, it's not just a small swing. No. It's like a sixth of my army is then free to do whatever it wants, and it meant I could put my Vampire Lord and them into a horde instead of just chaffing them up. That for me, that was like the pivotal point of the game.
Yeah, like that combined with you taking out the Lord on Large Beast in one turn with the Soul Reavers.
Well, you'd expect that, wouldn't you? There's loads of Soul Reavers. There was only one large beast. There was at least
really big.
There was like 20 Soul Reavers there.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. I need to apply this logic to my games more often.
I feel like that more. Yeah, it's just the zombies could have done it just as well. There's 20 zombies. So.
That's true. Yeah, but yeah, I think from where we were sitting, those seemed like the two kind of big pivotal breaks. Yep. Early in the game, the Soul Reavers one-shotting the Dwarf Lord and the Rangers not grounding the Whites, kind of, and at only 1,800 points, yeah, two.
I think they were both in the same turn as well, weren't they?
They were, yeah, they were.
Yeah. Opened everything up.
If that had been, turn 4 and then turn 5, it would have been completely different. But for that to happen in one turn is quite massive.
Yeah, and happening in that early part of the game. Yeah, I don't know how anybody recovers from that, honestly. At this points level, with like that much undead coming at you, like you set up good chaff. You had some double charges blocked off well, and then the dice just kind of went the other way on you and left you in a super bad position. Like we were just sitting here scratching our heads, like, yeah, we don't know what we do in this. I guess you try not to get tabled. I guess you try to get some points out of this, but yeah, like it's super
That's
tough
what
to
it came down
salvage.
to. That's what it came down to. I had that other Shieldbreaker horde, and I thought about turning them into the middle to try to kill something, but at that point, I just wanted the extra victory point.
Sure.
I mean, from my point of view, those wraiths going down the right hand flank, to me, I mean, it's a 120 point unit, and they are annoying and they're quite hard to kill. But Mike decided that he didn't want them in the rear, and that was great for me. I was like, okay, that's like nearly 300 points of his army that are looking at a unit of wraiths, which meant that I could then focus everything on the left hand side. So
yeah, you called it. You said they were going to be the MVP.
Yeah, you did call
Yeah,
that.
they were in a great spot to kind of ruin my plan.
yeah, they were just annoying. They're so good. I mean, you can see why they've been actually made. What's the word when they've got the little star?
Irregular?
Irregular, yeah.
Because that would, I could have had a regiment of them and unlocked another hero or something. But yeah. I did enjoy that game though.
It was lots of fun.
Good. Glad to
Lots
hear.
of fun. Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks so much for letting us watch your game. Congrats again to Jay on the big win. And good luck to both of you in the last round of the tournament. And thanks for letting us, again, broadcast your game.
Thank you.
I'd like to thank Jesse and Keith and Alex for hanging out with me here and talking about the game. Love having you guys here. And also like to thank everybody at home watching. Thanks for coming and checking out Dash 28 Live. If you would like to get slightly more timely or more advanced warning about when the games are going to be, make sure to subscribe to us on YouTube, and you'll get a notification as soon as I schedule them instead of just a 24-hour notice on Facebook. And also tomorrow afternoon/evening, depending on what time zone you're in, I'll remind you guys that we're going to have Justin Gisby-Clark versus Tom Robinson, which should be a good game. So come by and check that out.
Who's
all
Tom
right.
Robinson?
Yeah. All right. I think that pretty much wraps us up. So thanks again, everybody. And till next time, I'm your host, Mike Atkins, saying you stay safe out there. And we will see you next time on Dash 28 Live. Bye, everybody.
Cheers. See you later.
Yep.